All right, good afternoon, everybody. I love seeing how many of you have already joined in today. And for those of you who have joined in the past, you probably have kind of an idea of how the flow of these live boot camps go, and that, we kind of spend the first few minutes going over a few announcements, which I'll talk about here shortly. And I know we'll have probably more people trickling in, but I did want to give those people a few more minutes just because I like to start the exercises um, after a few minutes of announcements so that those people that do join late have a chance to not miss out on the actual exercises. But I know the announcements are just as important in a lot of ways too. Some announcements of things coming up. But again, I just wanted to thank you all for joining. This is, of course, the end of June. This is our last Monday in June. We're about to go into July already, which is hard to believe how fast this year is going by. But I know this upcoming weekend is July 4th weekend. Some of you may be traveling or out of the office at the very least. If you're not out of the office and you have to work, I apologize. But hopefully you get some time off this weekend to see some family and friends or do something fun and relax and enjoy the 4th of July weekend holiday. But again, I'm Coach Brandon. For those of you who haven't been on one of my live boot camps before or seen one of my videos on our wellness YouTube channel, the Live Well, Work Well YouTube channel, again, I am Coach Brandon. We'll definitely have to have you, if you get a chance, please subscribe to our Live Well, Work Well YouTube channel. Not only do I post a weekly video, but my counterpart, Johannes, the new life coach, well, newish life coach, he's been here for a few months now, but he also now posts Thoughtful Thursday videos every Thursday. So please subscribe to that. Again, every week you'll see a new video. Sometimes they're workouts, sometimes they are nutrition information or just announcements about different events coming up. So again, I just wanted to thank you all for joining. But before we do get today's exercises, I did want, as I just mentioned, I did want to mention a few announcements we have coming up. Now, the month of July is Physical Fitness Month, which happens to be my favorite month of all the themes of the CTA Wellness Team's themes that we do on a month-to-month basis. So now what we have coming up in the month of July, maybe some of you remember last July, we had a lot of live boot camps. Again, it makes a little more sense. We're going to do some more exercising when it's Physical Fitness Month. So every Monday, except for next Monday, because next Monday is July 4th, but every Monday throughout July will be a live boot camp, same time like we are now, 12 p.m. to 12:30. So I believe that's July 11th, 18th, and 25th or something like that. So make sure you keep that on your radar. Each Monday throughout July, like I said, the live boot camps, each Monday will also have a slightly different theme. So what I mean by that is one Monday, our focus is going to be on endurance exercises. A lot of that comes down to rep count and speed. Then also, one Monday will be a strength focus. So more, again, a lot of that comes down to the rep count, speed, everything. And then the last Monday live boot camp will be a power focus. So we'll be doing some exercises with more of a power focus, so more explosive movements. And then we do also have another live boot camp, but this one is not going to be on Monday. I think every live boot camp I've ever done has been on a Monday. We're going to have a live boot camp July 21st. That's a Thursday. Not only is it going to be, of course, a live boot camp, but it's also going to be on site at 103rd Street Garage. So we're going to do it's going to be a totally different background. We're going to have some of their employees there joining us. It'll be a great time. So make sure you keep those on your radar. Also, right in the middle of the 10,000 Steps a Day Challenge. Coming up next Monday, a week from today, the team challenges start. So the teams essentially are split up into region. We have the North team, Central, West, and South. The South team took it last year. So if South team, if you're part of the South team, if you're joining from a South side location, try to keep that banner going and win it again this year. Or the other regions is your opportunity to take the top position. So July 4th through July 30th will be the team challenges there for the 10,000 Steps a Day Challenge. And speaking of the 10,000 Steps a Day Challenge as well, I did want to give a few quick shout outs to some of our top steppers from week 1 We have M Deal, I don't have the first name, but M Deal out of Howard Street Terminal, averaging 25,000 steps. B Kaplan out of Chicago Avenue Garage. C Chris Stakes out of Training Center. The second week, B Ierzana out of Headquarters, averaging about 12,000 steps. C Hogan out of Headquarters, almost 12,000 steps, and then Jay Sheehan out of Midway. So congrats on those guys. And then that third week, real quick, spotlights. This is looking at more so at your increase in average steps from previous week. El Lulu out of the warehouse, 106% increase in step count. R Brown out of Kimball, a 63% increase, which is awesome. And then K Johnson out of Headquarters, a 63% increase as well. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out. Congrats on that. Keep it up, guys. If you haven't started or joined in on the 10,000 Steps a Day Challenge, it's not too late. I highly encourage you to do so. Download the Move Spring app. And then, kind of the rest of that information, Nia, I believe, can post there for you. So thank you, Nia, for doing that. And then one of the only other announcements I have for you today is another live seminar, July 14th, from 12 to 1 p.m. That's also a Thursday, July 14th from 12 to 1 p.m. Myself and Johannes, the new life coach, we are going to be holding our own Ask the Experts. So from 12 to 1 p.m., July 14th, we will be discussing our background in the fitness world and the health world, kind of what we've done prior to this, how we got to this point. And also we will be discussing what we have found during our time here at the CTA in terms of health issues, health concerns, possible solutions for that. And then the last 10 to 15 minutes or so of that time, we will leave open to your questions. So please join in for that. We'd love to have you. If you don't have any questions, that's okay. Well, there will be some really great information that we have for you guys. So again, hopefully we'll see you guys there. And again, that'll be Thursday, July 14th, 12 to 1 p.m. So that should do it for the announcements today. And then I did want to talk about real quick what our focus will be for today's live boot camp. And I know sometimes it's kind of hard to know going into these live boot camps what exactly, what kind of exercises we'll be doing, if it's going to be, higher intensity, lower intensity. Probably saw from the name of it being the Summer Sweat. It's going to be a little bit more of a high, not necessarily like crazy intense, high intense, but it's not going to be slow. It's going to be a little bit more of a continual movement focus. But what we're going to do for this live boot camp, we're essentially going to work from the bottom up. We're going to focus on a few lower body exercises. Then we're going to move up and focus on some core exercises. And then we're going to finish off with some upper body exercises like chest and arms and upper back. So we are literally going to work out essentially every main muscle group in our body today. And that's kind of the goal of this workout that when I designed this workout, I wanted it to be one of the best bang for your buck workouts you can get in this short amount of time. So we're going to essentially hit every muscle group. We're going to get the heart rate up a little bit. You might get a little bit of sweat going. That's okay. But again, I'll be showing you modifications for these exercises as well, so that you have that option to do either the standard exercise or the modified version. Will make it a little bit easier. And I apologize if you're still struggling to do an exercise. Limit the range of motion. That's another suggestion I would have for you to make the exercise a little bit more comfortable and within reason for your ability. So again, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to move back to my typical space here, and we're going to start off, like I said, we're going to work from the bottom up. We're going to work all the way from essentially to our feet up to our heads, basically every muscle in between to an extent. So thank you again, and I'm going to move on back here. So for today's workout, like I said, we're going to start off with our lower body. Don't really have too much in the way of focusing on feeling like your heart rate should be increasing a lot. Your heart rate naturally will increase a little bit for sure, but I don't want you to worry. Like if you have a smartwatch on and you're like, I need to get my heart rate up to 120 beats per minute, and it's not getting up to that, that's okay. This isn't necessarily a cardiovascular focused workout. This is still a strength focused workout, but your heart rate will likely increase naturally to meet that oxygen demand that our muscles are needing. So we're going to start off here. One of the best exercises you can start off with, generally because it's a larger muscle group, are the muscles in your legs, your quads, your hamstrings. Start off with some squats, your standard body weight squats. Now you'll notice I have this chair here. A couple of reasons for that. It gives you a stable surface or a stable object that you can hold on to for some of these exercises so that you can safely keep your balance or assist yourself in pushing yourself back up. So what I'm going to do here, bring this chair. It's definitely better to have something that's sturdy, that's not going to roll around on you like a table or a desk or a chair here. So we're going to start off with standard bodyweight squats. I want your feet to be at least shoulder width apart. It's okay if it's, give or take a couple inches, but at least shoulder width apart. Toes pointed out slightly is fine. Now, as you go into your squat, I want you to keep your chest up. So you shouldn't be bending forward too much when you squat. You want to keep your chest up and you want to keep your eyes straight forward. So whichever direction you're facing doesn't really matter, but I'll kind of try to show you from both sides. What I'll do with this chair here, I'll show you as a modified version. Setting one hand there as you go through your squats can help to push you up. Or if you're facing the chair, even a little bit easier, hands on the back. As you push up, helps assist you through that squat. But I'll show you with the standard bodyweight squat, keeping your chest up, squatting back. Your hips are going to come back, butt's coming down toward those heels, chest up, driving your weight back up through the entirety of your foot. If you notice as you're going through the squat that your heels are coming off the ground, your center of balance is a little too far forward. So how you want to combat that is to let those hips push back. My hips are pushing back. I'm hinging forward slightly at my hips. I'm squatting down, driving all the way back up. We're going to do 10 squats, and we'll move on to the next exercise. So remember, if needed, set those hands on a stable surface or a chair. Use them to help push yourself back up. It'll make it a little bit easier, or just simply reduce the range of motion. What I mean by that is not going down as far into that squat. So just going down as deep as you can that you feel comfortable going through that squat range of motion. So here we go, 10 squats. Just go through this nice and easy, not too fast, not too slow. Nice controlled movement. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway. 6, in front. 7, 8, last 2, 9, and 10. So not only is that obviously a great exercise for our legs, but it's a really good one to get the body warmed up, the blood flowing. You might already feel that heart rate accelerating a little bit. That's good. We want that blood flow to increase to our muscles. That's going to help us to meet the demand of the intensity of the exercise. So we're going to move on to our next exercise here. I know we just did work out the squats, but this is still going to work out our legs. We're going to focus on a lateral lunge. So a typical lunge, you're going to step forward or backward, and that back knee is going to come down to the floor. Front knee is bending back up, and then you're driving the weight through that front foot and back up to where you started. Now that's a forward lunge. This one's lateral, so we're actually going to step out to the side. That's working a lot of our muscles throughout our quads as well, but also some of the muscles on our side that we don't focus on as much. So when I step out into this lateral lunge, what I'm going to show you here, a good option, holding on to that stable surface if needed, stepping out. So we're stepping out to the side. I'll show you first without the modified way, but we're going to step out to the side, that front knee still bending, that other leg staying straight, driving the weight through that front foot and back up to where we started. We're going to alternate sides. So we're going to start off on one side, come back up, alternate lunge to the other. We'll still do 10 total of those, but remember, if needed, use a chair or stable surface to hold onto or grab onto if needed, or reduce your range of motion, just not go down as far into that lunge. So I will show you without holding onto a chair. We're going to go through 10 reps total, alternating side to side. So stepping out into it, make sure you have enough room so you're not bumping into anything. It's going to be kind of a wide space that you're using here. Here we go, stepping out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep the hands up by the chest, help keep that center of gravity up. 5, 6, 7. I'll show you these last few from the side here. 8, 9, last one, and 10. So now that one was focusing on one leg at a time. The squats, obviously, both of our legs are working. When you're doing lunges, we're focusing on one side at a time. You'll hear that referred to as unilateral exercises, unilateral training. So what that does is typically, if you're doing squats or you're doing bicep curls with both of your arms or both of your legs, one side is likely compensating a little bit for the other side. When you're doing one side at a time, it forces that individual side to do all of the work. So what that helps to do is make your strength more symmetrical, and keeps your body from compensating. Your body does it subconsciously, you probably don't even notice it, but typically when you focus on one side of the body at a time, it's a lot better for symmetry, strength symmetry. So yeah, that's why we sometimes will do individual sides like that. Our next exercise here, we've got some calf raises. So we've got a lot of our muscles in our quads, our hamstrings, a little bit in our glutes. Now we're going to get our calf muscles here. So with your calf raises, you'd still use that stable surface so you can have something sturdy to hold on to, or simply putting your hand up against the wall to help with balance if needed. So what we're going to do, I'm going to bring my heels up off the floor as high as I can, contract those calf muscles, contract them, hold at the top for a second, and then come back down. We're going to do 10 repetitions. Remember, holding on to a stable surface for balance, or a wall, or to help assist pushing you back up. So here we go, 10 repetitions. I'll show you here from the side. Remember, chest stays up nice and tall, eyes are looking forward. 10 repetitions, here we go. 1, 2, 3, hold it nice and tight at the top. 4, 5, halfway. 6, if I need to, hold on to the wall. 7, legs are still doing all the work. 8, 9, last one, and 10. Okay, so giving our legs a little bit of a workout. That's good. You probably feel a little bit of maybe you felt a little bit of a burn throughout some of the muscles of your legs. That's excellent. So what we're going to do, we're going to start working our way up from the bottom to now our core. Now, a lot of there's kind of a myth that, or not necessarily a myth, but maybe a misconception that core exercises are specifically abdominal exercises. Your core essentially refers to a lot of your main muscles that are connected to your spine. So that's your spine and your hips, basically. So your abdominal muscles, a lot of your muscles in your back, a lot of your muscles in your side. These are all considered core muscles. So core exercises don't just refer to doing crunches or abdominal exercises. It's essentially everything that helps support our spine. So what we're going to do for this first core exercise, we're going to make our way down to the floor. So I'm on some carpet here. If you have a pad, if you have a yoga mat, something, make sure you're at least on something that gives you a little bit of padding. So with a bicycle here, you make your way down to the floor. What I'm going to do here first, I'm going to bring my knees up, my heels off the ground, knees up, kind of like a 90-degree angle, essentially. I'm going to bring my hands on each side of my head. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist in the middle. And I'm going to extend one leg out, other knee stays up. I'm going to go opposite elbow to opposite knee, bring that leg back up, and then alternate to the other side, other leg extended, and then back up. So it's kind of opposite elbow to opposite knee, back up to the center. We're going to do 10 total of those. Now, an option for this one, a modified way to do this, make it a little bit easier. Keep your heels on the ground. Make sure you keep those abdominal muscles tight. And then you're still going to bring one knee up at a time toward the middle elbow, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Let that heel rest back down on the ground and then alternate to the other side. But remember, the standard way, bringing those legs up and then extending one leg straight out and then alternating to the other side. So again, we're going to do 10 total and we'll move on to the next exercise. But remember, keep those abdominal muscles tight. And then we're going to twist in the middle to meet that opposite elbow to the opposite side knee. Here we go. 10 reps. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hold it, 8, last 2, 9, and 10. All right, so I feel a good burn going on, especially in our abdominal muscles there. But again, remember, not all core exercises are just abdominal exercises. So we're going to focus on another exercise. This one does get our glutes a little bit, which we've hit a little bit on our lower body exercises, but we're really going to get some of our back muscles here, lower back and mid back muscles when we go through the bird dogs. We've done bird dogs on in here, but again, it's because it's also one of the best core exercises. So with your bird dogs, we're going to get on all fours, knees on the ground, hands on the ground. So knees directly below my hips, hands directly below my shoulders. What we're going to do here is I'm going to extend one arm straight out and then one opposite side leg straight back and meet back in the middle. So again, you're going to feel that in your lower back and your butt muscles a little bit. We'll alternate side to side. Your best option for this one, just decreasing that range of motion. If you feel any pain or stiffness, just reach out, extend back as far as you can, then bring that hand and foot back down, and then alternate to the other side. But remember, we're trying to extend that arm and leg as far out straight, forward with the arm, and as far straight back to the leg as possible. Here we go. 10 reps total, alternating side to side, bird dogs. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, last 2, 9, and 10. All right, good. So now we've got our back muscles working, our lower back. The lower back is one of the most affected areas in terms of injury, stiffness, soreness, especially for individuals who sit a lot throughout the day at the desk or sit a lot maybe driving on the bus or being on the train. Or being in those positions are going to negatively impact the lower back, probably more than any other part of the body. So strengthening our lower back muscles, incredibly important. Moving on to our next exercise, we are going to stay on the ground for this one. We're going to hit our abdominal muscles, but we're going to get everything. We're going to get our abdominal muscles, our face, we're going to get our back muscles, everything. All of our core muscles are going to be working on this one. So holding a plank for 30 seconds if you can, but I'm going to show you a modified way to do this. A typical plank, elbow and forearms on the ground, below your shoulders, body as straight as possible, feet about shoulder width apart. But a good modified way to do this, bring those knees down, you can cross your ankles, and then hold that position still. But start off initially with your body extended, and then bring your knees down. That'll put you in the correct position. But if you can, hold your body up. We're going to do this for 30 seconds, okay? So just this plank one time for 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. All right, keep that body straight. Don't let those hips pop up. Don't let the hips sag down. Keep the body straight. Keep those abdominal muscles tight. Feel like you're contracting your stomach and hold. You know, it's uncomfortable, but this is going to be an excellent exercise to strengthen your core muscles. You only have 10 more seconds, guys. Hold on. I'm starting to feel it. It's not an easy one. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so really got our core muscles right there. We have now only part of our body left, upper body. So we have a few exercises we're going to breeze through with this one. I'm going to use the chair for this exercise. Ideally, you can use a chair or you can use a table. Please make sure you have a stable surface for this one. If you do not have a stable surface, maybe sit out on just this exercise. But what we're going to do for this one are tricep dips. So what a tricep dip would look like, I'm going to have my hands on this chair behind me. I'm going to bring my feet out, my hips out here. Make sure that you have a stable grip on that. If needed to make this easier, bring your feet in a little bit closer and then dip down. Use your legs to assist you pushing back up. But the further your feet are out, the more you're putting on your arms, your triceps to do the work. So tricep dips here, ideally, you're going to dip down, extending all the way back up. But remember, bring your feet closer to you if needed and use your legs to assist you. Best way that you can modify that and or reduce the range of motion. All right, here we go. 10 repetitions, just like all the exercises we've done so far. We're going to go through this right now. Here we go. Nice, easy, controlled reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. I felt that real quick. Again, mostly getting our triceps, the muscles on the back of our arms. So one of the best ways you can work those without using an actual dumbbell or a weight, doing that on a table or a chair, and then doing dips from there. Again, excellent exercise for your triceps. Going right into our next exercise here, we do have an exercise that a lot of people tend to look over because they think it's maybe too easy, but this is an awesome exercise for helping to strengthen the shoulder joint, strengthen the shoulder muscles. What we're going to do is approximately 30 seconds of arm circles. So you want to keep your arms out to the side, and nice small circles. They don't have to be super big like this, just like a nice small circle here. We're going to hold that position. We're going to go through circles for about 30 seconds, and we're going to start that in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice, easy, controlled arm circles. Remember, this is helping to strengthen our shoulder. You're getting a lot of shoulder issues, not just in the CTA, across the board. A lot of people have shoulder problems. We have about 10 more seconds here. Keep it going. You're probably starting to feel a little bit of a burn. I know it seems easy at first. And 3, 2, 1. All right, so you probably felt that your shoulders maybe a little bit up in your neck. Your arms, your shoulders are working really hard to keep those arms up and stable throughout that motion. So those were arm circles. Definitely a great exercise to help strengthen our shoulders. We have one more exercise to go through today, and one muscle group we haven't really gotten yet. A little bit of our biceps and arms, but also our chest. We're going to go through an elevated push-up. If you feel like it's too easy, just do a standard push-up on the ground. Now, I'll show you a modified option for this too. Now, what I mean by an elevated push-up is if you have a stable surface, a chair or a table, I would put my hands on the chair and I'm going to lower myself down into through a standard range of motion for a push-up. However, you can also do this along a wall. If you have a wall close by, putting your hands on the wall, letting your body fall forward and pushing back out. The further your feet are away from the wall, the harder it's going to be. Or if, the lower essentially the surface is that you have your hands up on, the harder it's going to be. The higher your hands are up, the easier it's going to be on your upper body. Another option is, say you have your hands up here, have your body straight, lower the knees down to the ground, and then go through those push-ups. Makes it a lot easier on your upper body. But we're going to go through 10 elevated push-ups, and then that's our workout for today. We've hit almost every muscle group. 10 upper body elevated push-ups. Here we go. We got this, guys. Home stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on. 8. Last 2. 9 and 10. Beautiful, beautiful. I love doing these little workouts like this because it's a great way to get some exercises in without taking up too much time. Now, I know we took a little more time today, partly because we have some announcements at the beginning and, explaining modified versions of this. But I highly recommend going through these exercises. This will be on our YouTube channel. Go through the exercises and watch them again. And the next time you do this workout, do each of these exercises at least 2 rounds. So go through all of that at least twice. You'll feel a pretty good workout from that. But I know we're just about right at our time. I want to thank you guys again so much for joining today. Remember, live boot camps every month, except for next Monday, July 4th, live boot camps every Monday throughout July, as well as Thursday, July 21st, all starting at 12 p.m. I'd love to see you guys there. Thank you all again so much. Get those steps in, 10,000 steps challenge steppers, and have a great day. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, everybody. Take care.